Yeah, bro. Like I saw there was a picture that he posted of himself after he got a spray tan the other day. Iraq veteran 88 18.
Yeah.
And it was like he looked like a person of the streets. Like he literally looked like a homeless person that was like dirty and cracked out with like fucking terrible hair and looked like his teeth were fucked up. Like, bro, I understand why
I
she
didn't
left.
recognize him when he came out. Yeah, I didn't recognize him when he first came out with the video. I was like, that's him? That's Iraq?
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because like he's one of the people that
I thought
as
he was
far as
sick. Yeah.
as far as gun stuff goes, like I've been watching, a lot of us have been watching that dude's content for like a decade plus, When you see him like that, it's just like it's kind of sad. Wow, you were being really loud. Yeah. You were being super loud right now.
Oh, is it too loud? Hold on. I'll turn it way down.
Yeah, man, I just, it's kind of sad to see him like that. And it sucks that, sucks the state of society today where a woman can just, like, basically leave you and take everything that you have and fuck you over and leave you destitute and, picking up the shambles of your life. Like, it's happened to me. What's up?
5 times.
Yeah, it's happened to you a bunch of times. It happened to Iraq veteran. Yeah, he's had a lot of wives.
Damn.
He's like a fucking Muslim. How many wives he's had?
It's weird.
Yeah, you've had a lot of wives. I've known. Well, I won't name names. I didn't know your first wife, and I think I met you right after. It was either your first or your second wife. Is right after that is when I met you. I'm not sure.
Well, you knew Anne because she was always at Village Inn there.
And I took her out on a date once.
Yeah, and then you went to school with Evie.
Kind of. I didn't know her in school.
Yeah, but you went to the same school as her.
We were contemporarily at the same high school.
Right. And then the fourth one was Angelica, pretty much. I mean, we worked together for 5 years, and we considered ourselves to be married since we bought a place together. So.
Yeah.
How in a lifetime do you get married 5 times, though? How does that even work? Do you meet them and say, let's get married?
Yeah, because like I'm a serial monogamist, and so it's important for me to be married to continue that relationship. It's like a Christianity thing. I mean, I was brainwashed pretty young, so it meant more for me to get married in order to maintain that relationship in a godly way. So,
but they all said yes. Like, oh, hold on, are you loaded?
No.
That's the thing. He's not.
No.
Wait. How? Okay. How big is it?
Okay.
How large? How humongous? That they all said yes.
You know what it is? Sean's just always like Z has always just had a way with the ladies. Like he's so nice, and he talks to them on the level that they want to be communicated with in a way that I have never been able to do. I have never been able to duplicate. I have never been able to even like come close to I've tried. I've honestly given it a shot to be like, oh well, it works for him really well. Let me try that. No, bro. Like, I can't do it. I can do it like short periods of time, but I can't keep that up, dude. It's not how I communicate.
Man, that's a missed opportunity. That's a missed opportunity to write a book about it.
It's not what they want, though. Ultimately, like my longest relationship, I think, was Anne at 8 years. I mean, I knew my first one for 10. We were like high school sweethearts, so that's different. But like 8 years is about the longest you can go. 5, 8. I haven't really stepped outside that realm. It gets to that place where I can no longer entertain their stupidness. Like,
can I ask a question about Anne?
Sure.
I always felt like she didn't like me. Did she not like me?
Yeah, she didn't really like anyone. She hated Rob.
Yeah,
hated Rob. Yeah,
wow, that's funny.
Yeah, she didn't get along with anybody. Like.
We need to get the band back together, man.
It'll be fun.
Do some. I don't even know what we would do. We're so old now. What do we even do?
I don't know. I mean, I was touching your friend Natalie very appropriately, in my opinion, the other day, and that was fun.
I have a friend named Natalie. That's pretty awesome. I didn't even know that.
No.
I would think y'all would do just like the movie Wild Hogs.
Oh yeah, right. That's motorcycle.
First, you have to learn how to ride a motorcycle. No, what you need is a fucking sled. You need a snow machine where you live at. Motorcycle.
Yeah, I can see that. Those things are so much fun to be on.
You ever rode a snow sled before?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Since you've lived there, have you done it, or is it like long
no?
time ago,
I
or
haven't
what?
done it this year. It was a long time ago. But when I lived up in Baudette, Sarah's family had a couple of them, and we would ride them on the lake. Like the lake would freeze over, and you can get up to 90 miles per hour. If you fell off, you just slid across the lake. It was great.
That's pretty fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was really fun.
You need to have the right kind of clothing on to not freeze to death, but you know.
Yeah, but believe it or not, it's just like riding like a motorcycle or wearing like what do you call those things? Wetsuits. You create like a barrier of sweat, and you get really warm really fast. Like it's work to ride one. I'd imagine riding a motorcycle would be the same thing, or racing a car. It's like you get heated up holding yourself up and
yeah, it gets to a point, especially if you're going and you're on the hot machine and you're pushing yourself hard and it's like wet, you know, especially that's when it gets dangerous because like your arms and legs get frozen because they're out in it, you know, but like your ass and your core is nice and warm. The problem is when you stop, because then all of a sudden like you're not doing the thing anymore, and that coldness and wetness soaks in. Like you got to have some change of clothes or somewhere warm to go.
Yeah, exactly. Waterproof on the outside, and then definitely a change of clothes right when you get to wherever you go.
Yeah. Well, this sounds pretty fun though.
Yeah, great time.
Sweet, dude. So apparently the ceasefire has been extended indefinitely. There was a tweet or whatever. What do you call it from Truth? There was a Trump truthed at everybody.
Social post.
He truthed us.
Right.
Truthed us up. That's hard to say. Anyway, long story short, the ceasefire is extended. The strait is still being blockaded by us. I think we're going to start charging fucking tolls or something. So basically, the United States is going to control, it's like 80% of all of the oil in the world right now at the end of this.
Nice.
Which, I mean, I wasn't really, you know, like I wanted us to be energy independent. I never saw us going like transnational with our oil exports, but in a way, it kind of makes sense. And I'll make a case for it real quick. So, what is the dollar based upon? Traditionally, the dollar was based upon a giant pile of gold that sat in Fort Knox. That if you wanted to trade in your dollar for a piece of gold, you literally could. And the problem was they printed so many dollars that you can no longer do that. So they got off of the dollar standard and made everyone turn in their gold, any substantial amount of gold they had. And then when everyone turned it in, they raised the price of gold to a much higher price, which meant that it inflated the so on and so forth, to the point where what is gold at now? It's like $4,000 an ounce, right? It's ridiculous. It used to be $28 an ounce. Imagine that. Anyway, so the dollar is now backed by, or at least has been since then, backed by faith in our economy and this petroleum dollar after that, right? It was like faith that the economy was going to keep going. And then, okay, that's starting to run out. Okay, we've got everyone trading. All of these OPEC countries have agreed to trade in dollars. Okay, now that's starting to wane now, right? Everyone's starting to be like, oh, we're going to trade in yuan. We're going to trade in fucking some dinar or some weird fucking coin that we're going to make up that is gold-based and backed, which is going to make things very, very, very difficult for the dollar, for people who use the dollar, which is us, right? And Trump has basically given the petrodollar a shot of cocaine, like a fucking he just did a rail of fucking meth, like a whole bunch of drugs, a whole bunch of something just got injected into the system. I don't know if it's going to last or not. That's the problem. That's the question, is what is the long-term advocacy of doing this? Is the next president, if not a Republican, going to just give all of this back and give up that position? It's very possible that they do. So yes, I don't know how this is going to go in the long run, right? There's no predicting that. But at least for the next 3 years, looks like the dollar is going to be pretty fucking strong. Looks like we're going to have... And yeah, it sucks right now with the price of the dollar, or the price of gas, rather, being a little bit high. But that's going to change. That's going to change is pretty quickly, I think, you know? And the benefits of having everyone use dollars is going to continue in the future because they have to buy our shit. They have to buy our shit to get dollars, and they have to have dollars to get their energy. So they have to buy proportionally amount of our shit to power their countries. And we're going to own like 80%, something like that, of the world's oil. That's a pretty fucking strong position. And I'm not saying like it's worth wars and stuff and everything that we've been doing. I don't know, bro. I'm not in charge of that. There's other factors at play. There are other things that we don't know about. There are things that we necessarily cannot know that are factors in the calculus that needs to be done. So part of it, like anything that we say is just wrong because we don't have the right information. So there's that part of it too. But as far as where we're like looking at how things are, who is the number one oil producer in our hemisphere besides us? Venezuela. Who is the biggest oil producer in the Middle East who's using their oil and giving it to our enemies? Iran. Where do you transport the oil through? The Panama Canal. The Northern Passage, which would be Greenland, Iceland, right? You've got all of these things now in control. The Strait of Hormuz. All of these things are in control of the United States now. And they got control of all of those things relatively without too much bloodshed, relatively without being that crazy militarily. And again, do I support these wars? I don't know, man. I don't know. Generally, my answer to war is no. When it comes to Iran, they've been trying to kill us before I was born. They have been anti-American since before I was born. If they got a nuke, and it sounds like they have all of the fissile material to make nukes that we're still going to have to go in and get rid of. Like the conflict's not quite over yet. You know, there's still things that need to get done. But yeah, dude, they were at least in possession of everything that they needed to make a bomb and everything that they needed to deliver that bomb to a country far away. And of course, the only country that they would really want to bomb with a nuke would be Israel. So we just stopped a genocide from happening. Because if you destroy Israel, it's a genocide. It's like the only country in the entire world where Jews exist. At least that's the only country that they control, you know? And if they were to be nuked off of the face of the planet, I don't know, dude. Is that a good thing? Some people would say so. And that's another weird thing of today. Why is everybody so okay? Like, why is everyone glorifying Nazis now? Has anyone else noticed the glorification of Nazis and of Hitler?
Yeah. Actually,
I've noticed people trying to equate everything to Nazism, even though it's in many cases either wrong or just misguided.
Well, yeah, and there was that, but I think at some point it's kind of turned a corner, and there's like actual people who, I wouldn't call them actual Nazis, but at least they are like
neo-Nazi-esque or whatever.
They're so anti-Israel and anti-Jew that they're like justifying Nazism and justifying what the Nazis did and justifying what Hitler did.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think that's pretty fucking crazy where that came from is what I don't know. Like, where did that come from? Why is that all of a sudden so prevalent? Why is that viewpoint so widely held all of a sudden?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do specifically when it comes to people claiming like Holocaust denial stuff or whatever. It's not really that they're denying the Holocaust happened. It's just that they're trying to say, hey, it's not this many people that were actually killed there because there was not that many people there, supposedly. So, and then when you have people like pushing back and being like, oh no, there's not a Holocaust happened at all. It's like, except they're not. They're just literally changing the numbers when it is there by basing facts and stuff like that of what was existing at the time or whatever there. Which I've always thought that number was kind of off anyway, just because it always was like the 6 to 8 million is what it is. So,
at least why is all of a sudden this number is blowing up? Because you got these clout chasers. You got people who are like ideologically captured by the people who watch their shows, right? So you have people who were chasing the views, people who were tailoring their positions and their shows and their rhetoric towards what gives them more views. Correct?
Yep.
Does anyone have any objections to that so far?
no.
Nope.
So given that fact, at the same time, there's been a massive expansion of two things. Internet access, especially in third world or Muslim or Middle Eastern or all kinds of countries, right? All kinds of countries that previously did not have internet now have internet. And at the same time that these people are getting internet, there's also really, really good translations. So it used to be like, yeah, there's people making stuff in Indonesia, but I don't know what the fuck they're fucking talking about. But now I can watch the Indonesian channel because there's a translator app that they use to upload the video. So now it's in English and it sounds like it's naturally spoken for them. It's a little weird, a little off, but I'm sure you guys have seen these videos where the guy's like talking, and all of a sudden he makes some weird noise and then he goes back to normal. That's the fucking weird translator app, bro. Like my buddy was playing with it, and that's what it does. So you have these two things going on at the same time as you've got people who are trying to chase the views. And when you give internet access to these third world people, we'll just call them people. I won't be denigrative towards them because they're just living in their countries. It's the ones here that I have a problem with.
Mutants, muties.
So you've got these people who are in their countries who have grown up in Islamic regimes, who have been told since they were able to speak that the Jews are bad and that they need to be destroyed and that they're infidels and that you can jihad them and that's a good thing. And all of these things that Muslims believe. At the same time that they're getting internet access and things are being translated from English to Arabic or whatever country they're in, Pakistani or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, wow, look at all these views that every time I mention that I hate the Jews, every time I'm like anti-Israel, every time all of these things, look how many views I get. And then at the same time, again, dude, this is my own, I could be wrong about any of this. At the same time, you have NPCs, you have non-person characters, non-player characters in the United States, the people who don't have any inner monologue, the people who don't think for themselves, the people who've never had an original thought in their entire life. And they're very easily programmable. And they've been hearing these things from prominent channels, from people that they trust, from people that they like, from people who tell them what to think. And so now they think these things because they're just fucking programmable NPCs. So it looks like they're everywhere because you've got people talking about it because they're clout chasing. You've got NPCs repeating it because that's what they do. You got people in other countries and immigrants here who are all echoing the same rhetoric. It seems like it's everywhere all of a sudden, doesn't it?
And people doing it for shock value.
Yeah, I suppose there's that too. I mean, and it's always been in like the prison systems, like the white nationalists and stuff, but it was never prominent. Like going back to even like Blues Brothers when I was a little kid. They even made fun of the Nazis and Blues Brothers and ran them off the bridge with the fucking Bluesmobile. And they flew through the air in their fucking Winnebago, remember? It wasn't a Winnebago. It was a...
You know what? I do blame the Democrats with it too also. Because when they keep calling you Nazis since, 2010, that you're a Nazi, And like, okay, I'm just gonna play into it as a big fuck you.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like they're making it so that words don't even mean anything anymore. Is what it is.
Well, they do mean things though, and when you call people Nazis and you exclaim to these people who believe it, by the way, that the people who are voting the other direction from you are actually Nazis, and you feel like you're surrounded by Nazis, unless you do something, Hitler's next. You know, what wouldn't you do? What wouldn't be justifiable in the actions that you could take to stop that? What would be out of bounds for stuff? Like nothing. There's nothing that if you actually knew that you were stopping fucking Hitler, short of killing like more people than Hitler did, you know, like something like that. But even then,
the punch a Nazi thing when that first started. Yeah.
Well, the thing is too, like when you go back to it, like they're always, you know, trying to say, "Oh, Hitler this, Hitler that," but it's like there were so many other dictators that did way bigger genocides than Hitler ever did. Specifically, Mao was the biggest one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that's where we're heading right now because you're seeing so much communism being rising right now within these younger generations too.
And you go Mao and Stalin, but the thing is, like when they do it, almost like. But since they do it to their own people, it doesn't get talked much. But as for you invading other countries and killing people that's not of your own, no, it makes it seems more worse.
I actually saw an interesting video the other day where
have did.
I think part of it too is there's racism even amongst the non-racists, the equality people. They don't talk about Mao. They don't talk about
Che.
Yeah, Che or the Moulin Rouge. You know,
Khmer Rouge.
Khmer Rouge. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And it's because Jews are white adjacent, and Hitler was white. It's make white man bad.
I actually saw an interesting video. It was I think a YouTube short or something the other day. And it was talking about how when you look at the Holodomor and all these other genocides, Armenian genocide was another one as well. A lot of it was Jewish people being kicked out of these countries after the fact, but they never talk about what happened before all that, where they were actually responsible for a lot of these massacres that took place. So they're conveniently rewriting the history is what is there.
Here's the thing that gets me, right? They're mad about slavery in the United States that ended 150 years ago, 175 years ago, something like that now, you know? While at the same time, there's open slave markets in Libya. They're mad about Nicole Good or Nicole whatever and Renee Good. Yeah, there we go. These two protesters who got killed, which was terrible. It was a tragedy. It was bad. While at the same time, Iran is machine gunning tens of thousands of their own citizens for protesting. They're mad about Israel bombing fucking military targets and killing civilians in the process, right? Especially in Gaza. Like they're mad about Gaza. They say it's a genocide. While at the same time, where is it? Zimbabwe? Nigeria, excuse me. Nigeria, there's gangs of Muslims going around to Christian villages, rounding people up, bayoneting them, killing them with shovels. I watched a video of them burying people alive. They put people in cages and set the cages on fire. Like, there's a genocide going on right now. An actual genocide where there are no military targets, where the soldiers are going into villages, rounding up women and children, and doing the things to women that you do before you kill them.
Yep.
And they're Christian, and that's why they're not talking about it. Because the Muslim countries don't care about Christians dying. In fact, they like it. And so the more of this that happens and the more that they ignore it and the more that they say it's not going. And then you look at what's going on in England and Ireland right now, right? where it's like Ireland is a country of like 8 million people or 5 million people or something like that, and they just let in 1 million Muslims into their country within the last like 5 years. Like, one out of 8 people in their country is now Muslim out of nowhere. Like, how do you have society adjust for that? And it's not like these people are fucking compatible with Western Judeo-Christian society. Like, they say they're the third Abrahamic religion, but there's a reason why we call it Judeo-Christian society, not Judeo-Christian Muslim society, because you guys don't fit in. You do things that are antithetical to us running society. You want to put us underneath your thumb and put us under Sharia law and run the government like you do in every other shithole country, and oppress women and have multiple wives and kill non-believers and kill apostates and do all the other things that Muslims like to do, which I am directly against, and I will die on that fucking hill. Apparently, I'm going to have to die on that hill because they're here.
And the worst thing is when you start looking into what's going on here in America with the 1% that has invaded our country, there are so many sleeper cells in this country right now. I'm just waiting for something to happen. I think it's going to happen on the 4th of July, honestly. Because what better way than to fuck over 250th anniversary of this country than to create a giant terrorist attack by Islam?
Well, but I don't blame Islam doing it. I blame white liberals.
Well, whenever
they're the spearhead doing this.
I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but I do know that it's probably going to be before Trump's out of office that it's going to start, because they're going to want to blame Trump for a bunch of stuff. And if they don't start until after Trump's out of office, you know, so look out for that. I mean, he got 3 years left, and all of these successful fucking wars or incursions or whatever you want to call them, like they're trying to trip him up. They're trying to make him fall. They're trying to make him fail, and he keeps winning. I'm afraid for the midterms, though, honestly. I think that people have been, even if the conflict's over, even if all the bombs are done being dropped, even if everything's done and everything was successful, people still have a bad taste in their mouth about starting wars in Middle Eastern countries. So I think
it's not even that.
Oh, good.
It's not even that. It's the fact that Trump is endorsing these dumbass fucking candidates for governorships, like the idiot Vivek, who's under investigation right now for RICO Act shit. You have him endorsing Byron Donalds down in Florida, who is openly calling to give amnesty and citizenship to a whole bunch of illegals in this country and basically fuck over our census forever is what it is there. Then you got all these rhinos recently that are voting with Democrats to extend temporary protection status for all these Haitians because they want to have another voter base in the 2030 census is what it is there and give more seats to Democrats there as well. And it's all by design is what it is.
They're restructuring whole states in order to win. Obama was talking about that earlier this week. He was saying there's a couple states. I think California is doing it, and Virginia, if I'm not mistaken.
Virginia had their vote today on that.
Yeah, they're going to restructure everything so that way.
Well, it's just gerrymandering themselves a bunch more powers. What it is.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, Trump acknowledged it and said, "Hey, you know, I mean, this is crap that they're getting away with it." I mean, but he did it himself too. So it's like, you know, one
it
bites
passed
the other.
50 to 49. So
yeah, they're gonna restructure everything, and then according to Obama, they're gonna go back to or change the way it is when at a later time once they win. That's the whole point.
Well, I mean, looking at it, not every state is gerrymandered, right? And it looks like at least half of the states that are not gerrymandered would be Republican. So it's like if everyone wanted to gerrymander, if everyone just decided tomorrow, like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to maximize the number of, like, we're Republicans in Texas, so we're going to maximize the number of Texas Republicans that we send to DC. And every state does the same thing. It'd be a wash. It would be basically even. So, I mean, I guess if everyone wants to do it, but it just seems like a big pain in the ass to me to end up in the same place that we're at right now.
The real issue.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the real issue that I personally have with everything is the fact that we have so many lopsided states, because you have places like Wyoming or Montana, they have a single congressional seat, and then you have California has like 50 plus. And the same thing with New York. New York has like 26, 27, something like that still. Like those two states combined create like almost a fourth of Congress. It's fucking ridiculous.
So did you guys hear about the Southern Poverty Law Center being indicted?
No,
I had not heard that.
So apparently they used fraudulently raised money by lying to their donor network, thousands of Americans, to go ahead and actually pay the leadership of supposed violent extremist groups. Furthermore, I'm just reading what it says. Furthermore, our investigation revealed that the Southern Poverty Law Center, on top of perpetuating this widespread decade-long multi-million-dollar fraud, conducted more criminal activities. They attempted to hide their criminal activities through our financial banking network. They set up shell companies and entities around America so that the financial institutions that we rely on every day as Americans were deceived into believing that the money was not coming from Southern Poverty Law Center. In the perpetration of these crimes, schemes, and fraud, but rather fictitious entities that they stood up to perpetuate this ongoing fraud. So apparently they set up a bunch of shell companies that they funneled money through to give to NGOs and to give to... They were literally paying the heads of the KKK, apparently. Mm-hmm. The head of the KKK was getting paychecks from the fucking Southern Poverty Law Center to do their bidding, to do what they say, to show up to things that... I don't even know what. But they've been indicted, which means they're going to court, which means there's criminal charges. It's not just like a lawsuit. It's an indictment. It's a little bit bigger.
I mean, it kind of makes sense whenever you look at their hate app that they had up there for years now. Like half of the supposed hate groups on there were either defunct people, or it was just like some chapter of like some group or whatever the case be that didn't even exist anymore is what it was there. Like they were basically trying to expand like one group into like 75 chapters or something like that.
Well, we are in the middle, if you guys don't... I mean, and you can disagree with me and make a case for it, but we're in the middle of a color revolution in this country right now, being funded by non-governmental organizations that a lot of their funding got cut off when USAID stopped paying all these NGOs money. That was their bread and butter. That's how they went into countries like Ukraine or whatever back before there was a war, and didn't overthrow it, but like bought the media up and paid for propaganda and paid for their guy to be ran, for their president to be the guy who's put in front of everybody, and then paid for the voting machines. Like all of the things that they do here. It's the exact same fucking playbook. And you can see these pieces moving. You can see them happening if you pay attention. And one of the biggest ones recently is the Southern Poverty Law Center. And the way that they specifically when it comes to TPUSA, I believe, they said that TPUSA was I forget what they termed it, like a white supremacist nationalist organization or something like that. It was like, no. Sorry, go ahead.
I said, yeah.
Yeah, I forget what they labeled them as, but it was something like derogatory, like, oh, they're a hate group, or
it's
they're
probably Christian nationalists, is my guess.
Yeah. And if you go into the history of the fucking God damn it, I forgot the name of it. The Southern Poverty Law Center. They started out defending people's rights of free speech. They disagreed with the KKK, but they fought for the KKK's right to show up to a park and have a rally. They fought for their right to show up to that park and have a rally and not be attacked by people and have it be nonviolent and have everyone be able to have their day and their free speech and their right to talk. And they've morphed into this organization that silences groups, that sues people out of existence, that gives pretense for attack on individuals and groups of people based upon ideologies. That's not what they were supposed to be. That's not what they're supposed to do. And that's not what they're supposed to take money for. Anyway. RFK Jr. says there were 400 hospices shut down in Los Angeles. Apparently it was 500, not 400. And the thing is, if 500 hospices got shut down and they were legitimate, how many phone calls do you think they'd be getting from people who were like, hey, I was getting hospice care and my nurse isn't showing up anymore? A fuck ton is the answer. A whole shit ton. They'd be getting literally thousands of phone calls. Do you know how many phone calls they've gotten? How many complaints they've received? Exactly. They shut down 500 motherfucking hospices, which each one of them takes in $1 million a year. It's something like $6,000 per month per patient. So if they claim they have 10 patients on the books, it's $60,000 a month, you know? And that's not uncommon for 10 patients to be in a hospice. So yeah, these are all $1 million a year frauds. They shut down 500 of them, and they were all fucking fraudulent because not a single person called to complain.
It's a lot. That is a lot.
Here we have Stoner Hill. Do you know what Stoner Hill is?
Sounds like a fun place to be.
Stoner Hill is the place in Denver where 10 years ago we held a rally. And that rally resulted in the legalization of marijuana in Colorado, being the first state in the entire 50 of the nation to do so. This is a picture of Stoner Hill on 420 at 420 this year. Not a single person celebrating. We've lost Denver's not the same as it used to be, bro. Like the Denver that I knew growing up, that I would go downtown and like see a baseball game and go to a fucking bar or something, you know. That Denver is gone. That Denver is fucked. That Denver is chewed up, used up like a fucking $2 fucking hooker. It's sad. It's disgusting. And it's only going to get worse. And this is just a sign of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You
know what? I really think there's nothing we can do, Joe. I think this country's going to go downhill fast either way. Because there's not enough being done to preserve this country.
Yeah, for the number over, like the things to do it to unfuck it are not nearly.
Yeah.
They're not going nearly far enough, hard enough, fast enough.
Yep.
Addressing enough things.
That's the thing. And then when we do get to that point where somebody will, well, not even somebody, it'll be a bunch of people coming into power at the same time to actually do something, it'll be such an extreme shift that everybody's going to be like, oh my God, it is Hitler 2.0 now.
It'll never come to that. I think what it'll come to is we've got all of these social programs that, you know, like get defrauded and continue to be funded and stuff. And Social Security continues to be funded. But at some point, especially if other people get control of power again and we lose a bunch of advantages and we start making stupid decisions and we start really spending money, all of a sudden it's going to be, hey, we're helping everyone out so we can't help ourselves out. It's going to go from, man, we really need to make some hard decisions to keep this going, to all of the hard decisions are made for us. We have nothing. The hard decision's already made.
Elon Musk was talking the other day about how, with automation coming up now, how close we are to UBI and what it would look like, basically. And
maybe that's the end. Like, honestly, dude, I was thinking about this. Like, the level of technology that AI is currently at, not the publicly available free version, mind you, not the kind you can go and just go to Grok and ask it some questions and it gives you some generic, word answers or whatever. They've got full-on AI that could take the jobs of millions of people today. Millions of people. Tens of millions of people today. And do their job cheaper, better, more efficiently, with less mistakes, with less overhead, with no problems, not no problems, but not the same kinds of problems that humans cause, You don't need HR for that. You don't need payroll. You don't need to pay taxes or unemployment insurance or all of these things, all of these burdens that having an employee requires. And that's going to continue. And once they actually, because okay, think about it this way. There is a dam holding that back right now. There is a wall holding that water back. And we're sitting in this town in the valley below. And at some point, either the water is going to dig underneath the fucking the wall and it's going to come underneath it and fucking flood us all, or it's going to flood over the top. It's going to fill up and flood over the top. Or it's going to break all at once, Who knows? But sooner or later, that water's coming down this valley.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not ready for it, dude. Societally, once that happens, we're not ready for that. We're not in a position to just tell tens of millions of people, hey, by the way, you're not making any money ever again. Ever again. Because now literally there is no job that you can do that's worth anything. We've got so many people in this country willing to do the low-skilled labor jobs that it makes those basically free. And all the high-skilled fucking high education fucking those kinds of jobs are just going to be taken by AI. So do you want to be a laborer or nothing? You want to sit in the pod and eat the bugs? Because you can either have a piece of steak once a year or you can have bugs every night. It's your choice. We're not forcing you to do anything.
There's going to be a time of growth where people got to train the AI to do the things that they got to do. Like the robots they released most recently in the Chinese countries. Well, I want to say China and then the surrounding countries. But one, they don't speak. Two, they don't come programmed. So you have to show them how to sew before they can sew. You have to show them how to make and create your dish that you like before they can make your dish. So there is going to be a moment of training period. And then the other thing is those countries are doing, you buy it for $20,000 and then you pay $300 a month for the service. So not everybody's going to be able to afford that. So they're going to work to train the bots.
I'm more talking about sales jobs or accounting jobs or middle management, fucking computer jobs or anything you do on a computer, anything that's over the internet, anything you can do remotely, any job at all that you can possibly do remotely. Those jobs are all gone. And then the next wave would be once they actually get these robots working like they say that they're going to work, if they ever do, which I'm not confident that, robots will be able to do everything. There will still be jobs that have to be done by humans, right? There's still fine, and maybe eventually that won't be true, but for the time being, I think there's still going to be jobs that have to be done by humans. But that's not even counting in this wave. This wave is all the administration jobs, all of the online remote jobs, all of the accounting and fucking translation or typing or anything like that. They're all gone today if they wanted to, with the press of a button, without any training.
Yes, but they will not be able to do radio voice.
See, and I think, honestly, not the only jobs, but one of the main jobs that'll be left is going to be the thinking person, the talking head, the comedian, the artist, the guitarist, that kind of thing. But the thing is, and I was thinking about this, I love the guitar. I play the guitar. I'm not very good at it. But at one point in my life, I would have fancied myself to be a rock star, to be a guitar player. Never made it. Didn't have the talent. But if there were no jobs ever, and all I ever had to aspire to was playing the guitar better, maybe I would have put more time and effort into playing the guitar and been a better guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
But how many guitar players do we need? Especially how many mediocre guitar players do we need? Not very many. How many will they be? A whole fuck ton.
And thing is, who needs a guitar player when you have Suno?
Right, and now you got AI that just makes music for you on a whim. You just type a fucking thought in your head onto a line, and it makes it into a song.
Yeah.
Which I did yesterday, and we officially have a theme song for the network now.
Oh, yeah? Did you post it somewhere?
Yeah, it's on Matt's Discord under Music for the Soul.
Matt's Discord. Hold on. Music for the Soul?
It should be the very last one on that link.
Okay, I got it. Here, let's play it. Stop share. Start share.
Just to be clear, the prompt I gave this was We Are the Network, Ohio Picture Education Network, gun rights, and this is what it came up with for the song.
I fucked up. Oh, I was like, what is playing? There was some video playing in the background. I was like, Sean? I don't know why, but I'm blaming you. Oh, you know who?
It can't always be my fault.
Do you know who messaged me today, speaking of which?
Who's that?
Not that it means anything to you. It means more to the people who've been watching the show for a long time. Mark Malone out of nowhere. Yeah.
Was he trying to talk about the Jews?
I mean, yes, this is what he sent me. And so I said, the Jews are going to get you. All right, anyway. Sorry. We're looking at too many Discords. Guns and Geeks.
See, that's how long the ceasefire. Oh, go ahead. Double bass.
Paper maps on the table, folded up by the sink. Old hands, young voices. We still know what we think. By the barn and the schoolhouse, we keep showing our face. Talking rights, talking futures, standing firm in our place. From the county road to the porch light glow, we say it loud, we let it show. We are the network, yeah, we hold the line. Ohio patriot, let our voices rise. Education network, keep the truth alive. Gun rights, we don't step aside.
Okay, you get the gist. That's good. I thought you were going to say Ray Ray.
Yep.
Thankfully not. Thankfully not. Oh my god, I haven't thought about Ray Ray for a minute.
Yeah, I talked to him a couple months ago on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that go?
I went too deep. Like, hey, what's going on? So not much. Not much. You know. Nice pic. I think I posted a picture of some knives. He said, "Nice knives." I was like, "Thanks." You know, stuff like that.
So you want to see the video that is exemplary of why I hate the media, of why I hate the mainstream media?
Yes.
Yes.
So again, this isn't, every reason why I hate them. This is just an example of why I hate them. This is what they do often, and one of the reasons why I hate them.
You guys talked about the Russia hoax nonstop.
The FBI was investigating it. The FBI was investigating it. So we recovered them.
And so you took the words of unnamed FBI agents and put them on your network as if they were the gospel truth. You did it again and again. A viewer of your network would have believed that Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin conspired in 2016.
No.
That was totally and preposterously false.
No.
Which they absolutely did. 100%. People still to this day think that Trump is best buddies with Putin because of the reporting of things like this from CNN back then.
Well, that's
What you just said is
why.
false. President Trump has gone to, quote,
And here's what they actually said back then.
extraordinary lengths to keep specifics about his meetings with Russian President Vladimir Putin secret, even keeping them from top members of his own administration. Take a listen to how President Trump responded Saturday night when asked directly if he has ever worked for Russia.
I think it's the most insulting thing I've ever been asked. I think it's the most insulting article I've ever had written.
The president did not directly answer the question. It's
See the snaky little Weasley words? Like he was saying, no, I didn't do it, by saying that's absolutely ridiculous that you would even fucking ask that. Oh, well, he didn't actually directly answer. Like, you fucking snake.
It's a stunning turn of events. Do you think the president of the United States ever worked on behalf of the Russians against American interests?
So they're not saying that he worked on behalf of the Russians against American interests. They're just asking the question and planting the idea in the head of NPCs who can't think for themselves, who hear something like that and jump to conclusions because they saw it on CNN, even though CNN didn't say that. The way that they said it would imply and make people think, and therefore people still do think, that Trump-Russia gate was real, that Trump worked with Vladimir Putin somehow, and that somehow he never got in trouble for it because there's just corruption in the Justice Department that he owns. He just controls everything, even before he got in office. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Their argument falls apart on its face. It's completely a false narrative. And I think that anyone who looks at it honestly can see that. I don't know. What do you see when you see that, Sean? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I know that you're talking about. Well, when you see that kind of reporting and you see them flat denying things like, oh, no, we didn't do that. And then you cut to the clip of them doing exactly what he's like emphatically denying.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's just ridiculous. It's just, obviously a blatant lie. And they're kind of repeating the same thing over, hoping that people will believe what they're saying. And I mean, that's just stupid.
People do. Really stupid. And people do.
Yeah. And then there's the other thing, like, for instance, Truth Social said there's, the ceasefire. Well, and that's great. Like, so indefinite ceasefire, which is leading up to be a 2-week break in order for them to decide that they're going to surrender the desire to have nuclear weapons, which they're not going to do. But that being said, how long is it going to be before? And this is, I listen to the other side of the news, so like the BBCs, and I listen to the public broadcasting. And like this morning, they were talking about how long is it going to be till Israel decides to drop the bomb on Lebanon or do something that pisses them off in another way. And so it's like that reporting is being left out. And yeah, sure, okay, they're ceasefire right now. The strait is still blocked, prices are still up. And then, like, how long before Israel drops another bomb? Because Trump can't control Israel. Like, he can control the U.S., and that's it. And so we back them, so in a way, we're kind of serving them as a master. We're just kind of, I mean, in my opinion, it seems really odd that we're doing that. So, yeah, I don't like the lies. I hate the blatant lies. And when they go back and they show something like that, there should be some actually reprieve or some sort of, I don't want to say punishment, but there should be repercussions for sure for telling an open lie. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. And you know, it's just there's so many things there. Like the reporting about Israel and us being their lapdog. It's like that's a point of view. That's not a fact. You know what I mean? Like that's looking at things from it in a certain way, you would come to that conclusion. Looking at them in another way, you're like, hey, we have this really strong ally in the Middle East who just helped us take on an enemy that was trying to get nukes. And when it comes to other countries that they're bombing, you know, like, I'm sure there's reasons, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what all the answers are, but I know that there is another side to that.
Yeah, I feel like we only went to war because Israel told Trump, if you don't come and get involved, then we are going to nuke them because of how close they were. Because they're not going to be able to reach us. And, you know, they're not, they theoretically could with all the people that are, you know, cells in our country, but they still have to get all the parts over. And I think we're smarter than that at this point. But maybe not. Hopefully we are. But I think they were getting to a point where they could have launched something nuclear into Israel, and Israel said, no, come help, or we're going to do this. And so we responded by going to war because we were the only ones that could. And now we're stuck in this situation created by another government.
Yeah, and I don't know, dude. Like, there's certainly things about the current situation that I am not privy to. And neither are you, though, is the thing. You know,
No, so, yeah, absolutely.
So who knows, man? I don't know. I'm not sure. I hope things work out positively for the United States and for the Middle East for that matter, and for Iran for that matter. Because the Iranian people have really been the victims in the whole thing for the past 50 years. They were the victims under the regime. They're the victims when we bombed them and they live next to the fucking military base, you know? Or the rocket site or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely collateral damage. There are people that we have killed in Iran. There's people that Israel has killed in Iran who were innocent, who were just born in a country. They just happened to get the bad roll with the fucking dice when they were born, you know? And that sucks.
Yeah.
And I wish it wasn't like that. But, I mean, what could we do? I mean, what can we do sitting here? We can talk about things, you know? But not making much of a difference, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, unless we can figure out some sort of party that works. You know, nothing's going to happen here until they actually come for your guns. When they're knocking at you guys' doors and saying, hey, it's time to turn them in. That's where I think the real clash is going to come with our people, is like if they actually come for your pets and they're like, okay, you can't produce eggs for yourself anymore. You have to buy them from the store. Sorry, but we're taking animals away from you. I think you're going to find a different kind of America, and you're going to find out for sure when they come try to take the guns. And that's both sides. I hate to say it, but, you know, I know Republicans traditionally want you to have your guns and you want you to bear the arms, but that's not the way the government's going. And, you know, they're making the case every day for why they should take them away, and why the government should have higher power caliber weapons, but we can't have those. Like that's a feat that I think one day is going to come to a head and will cause a problem.
Well, and they're appealing to liberal suicidal empathy. There's empathy that says, oh, there's people who are being hurt. Why don't we do something about it? Without thinking about 5 moves down the chessboard, what that's going to do. You know, it's like, yeah, we want to give up our guns because guns kill people. And then the people they wouldn't get killed if we didn't have these guns. So if we just take away all the guns from people, then they won't be able to use them to kill people.
Problem solved.
But the problem is, again, it's 5 moves down the line when the government's like, hey, peasants, do what we say. And we're like, we don't want to. We're going to stand up against you. And they're like, well, we have guns. Or
kind of like the UK.
I was just going to say that. Look at what's going on in the UK right now.
Yep.
Not only with that, but the argument now is about scary knives.
Mm-hmm.
Scary knives that the people have. And you can buy this knife online for 22 quid. And that's terrifying. And we shouldn't allow that. It's like, why are knives so scary now? Oh, because no one has guns. Because if you have a gun, it's like you brought a knife to a gunfight, bro. You lost.
We're just going to be stuck making chloroform bombs, and that's it. It's going to be dumb.
What was
and
so
I've heard
insane,
that.
What was so insane in the UK the other day, there was a guy who was talking about his son being killed by some dude with a knife. And instead of blaming the guy who murdered his son, who wasn't illegal in that country, he's like, oh no, let me go blame the knife now. And it's like, what the fuck?
And I heard that in the UK, crimes with guns is going up anyway.
So Denmark tracked 321 Palestinian asylum seekers that were granted entry in 1992 for the next 30 years. Results for the original group. 64% of the 321 people, so 204 people, were convicted of crimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's an incredible number. 22%, 1 in 4, were sent to prison. 55%, over half, are on welfare. And of their 1,000 children, give or take, 34% of their children were convicted of crimes. 37% of their children are still on welfare, in spite of the fact that they grew up in the country with the benefits of the healthcare and the nutrition and the education system. Like, this is why no one wants the Palestinians. This is why, like, when they're like, hey, can we go to Jordan? They're like, no. Hey, can we go to Egypt? No. In fact, if you look at the wall between Israel and Palestine and the wall between Egypt and Palestine, because they do share a border.
And Jordan. Yep.
The wall between Egypt and Palestine is like twice as high with like more barbed wire and gun. Like they fucking really don't want them there, bro.
Yep. And the same thing with Jordan borders.
Why did it get so complicated between these people? They shared Israel for the longest time. They shared that little plot of land for so long, and then all of a sudden it just got wacky. Like what the hell happened?
Well, it was an influx of the Jews after World War II. So
coming back home,
taking
up more space. Then, so
right, it wasn't a gradual growth. You know,
well, and what it is like, okay, here's Israel, right? They've got their little spot, and they keep getting attacked from this hill. All right, well, we have to take this hill then. Like, we're just going to take this hill. That's our hill now. Okay, well, now they're attacking from over there in that valley. Well, fuck, I guess we're going to take that valley because we keep going over there and killing them in the valley, right? And then we retreat back to our hill, and they just come back into the valley and keep shooting rockets at us. So we're going to take the valley. And then we got to take the mountain because they keep shooting us from the mountain. And it just keeps happening. We're like, here's the Jews just doing their thing. Honestly, bro, I think this is what it is. And there's just like rhetoric and hatred and religious fervor that says that these are the people that are causing all of your problems. So kill them and your problems will be solved. And people are like, cool, got it, bet. And then,
okay, go ahead.
And then they win. The Jews win because they're just smart and they're better, you know?
Yeah, what I wanted to ask was like going back to like Denmark and the rest of Europe. I want to ask this question to y'all. What the fuck happened? They used to be fucking Vikings and knights and kings and warriors, thousands of years of history. Now they're just a bunch of walking vaginas.
Guns
What the fuck happened?
Guns.
A lot of it has to do with wars.
But even with guns, they were taking over shit with muskets and blunderbusses and all that shit.
But they couldn't expand. There was nowhere for them to expand. They weren't like they weren't like, where were they gonna go?
Okay, but even in their own country, you would still, want to have, that mindset.
You know what it is?
Of a fucking warrior.
It's suicidal empathy. And where does that come from? Women. When did women get the right to vote in most of these countries? 1960s.
Yeah.
When did everything change? Starting in the 1960s.
Yep.
Well, we should go back to no, wait, hold on.
Well,
technically,
keep going.
when you go into the whole thing of why these countries become as fucked as they are now is what it is. It's because you have multiple wars. You have World War I, World War II, Korea, etc., all happening in that time span. You also have generations of bloodlines being wiped out because of that alone. Not to mention, you go back to like the plague times and stuff like that. You got generations being wiped out there that would have been better people and been more, like Genghis Khan-esque and stuff like that, right, as Viking people. And so, yeah, it's all pretty much by design, if you will, to wipe out like stronger men, stronger bloodlines, etc. there, and you replace them with weaker people. Not to mention the fact, look how many Europeans came to America in that time span and became immigrants to Ellis Island, as what it was legally, because you have a lot of those people now being us as their descendants is what it is. And so you have all these countries that should be like that, but because we took out the best parts of their populations and brought them here to America, now they're just fucked and weaklings is what it is.
Dude, it's more than that. It's not just that. And that is a factor.
That is a big factor.
But no, it's not even the biggest factor. Because humans are humans, and we all share DNA, and we're all like, we all have, not all of us, but we have within us that warrior gene, that ability to fucking like testosterone up and fucking go kill fucking enemies, right? That's what humans fucking did. That's what all of us did. Not just some, all of us. Because if we didn't, we wouldn't fucking be here. Yeah. Why is the birth rate? Why is the testosterone rate? Why is the sperm count in every single first world country around the world today fallen through the floor?
Chemicals in the food and water.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that is by design, do you think?
Women aren't women anymore?
Or just by accident, that everything just happens to reduce, all the plastic fucking leaches into the water that reduces fucking testosterone and increases estrogen, and like the birth control pill. Oh, that's just by accident that we don't filter that out. And just by accident that, all of these like short chain fucking plastic chemicals, these forever chemicals that also fuck up your endocrine system and make it so that you don't have children. Oh, that's just also an accident. Oh, it's just an accident, right?
But the Europeans claim that their food is more healthy than Americans. That they don't have none of that chemical stuff in there.
Yeah, they just have different chemicals.
Right. To be fair, their bread is a lot more clean over in those countries.
Yeah, we have very true.
So reduced crap is what it is.
Well, we got more here.
As much gluten. They don't have gluten.
No, gluten's fine, dude. There's no problem with gluten. The problem is with the fucking the Roundup, with the what's that stuff called? The
the pesticides.
Glyphosate.
Yeah,
glyphosate. I always pronounce.
So glyphosate is the active ingredient in Roundup that they genetically engineer plants in the United States, like corn, to be able to resist glyphosate in large amounts. And so they go through and spray this chemical on the corn, and it kills everything else, right? All the weeds go away, so you get nice, strong, healthy, tall corn. But you also get glyphosate in the corn. And then that corn gets fed to us. That corn gets made into stuff. That corn gets fed to cows that we eat.
Pigs,
it's biocondensed. And you wonder why the cancer rates are so high. And you wonder why there's so many health problems in the United States. But it's not just us, and it's not just glyphosate. And you can try to get away from it by going to Italy or something, but they've got it there too. Their birth rates are falling just as fast as ours. It's not, they didn't escape it. Whatever they're getting, it's working too. What do you think's going to happen to this black dude?
He's going to hit the bottle and it's going to cut his hand.
Okay.
Or it's going to hit him in the head.
All right. Anybody else?
Just going to hit the rope and then drink whatever's left inside of it.
All right. All right. That's a good guess. You're all wrong.
Totally
Watch.
miss. Oh,
He gonna cut his dick off.
I don't. All right, I've seen it coming. Yeah.
Oh my God! Why?
The way he was attacking that
What a
bottle,
tool wagon.
I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh, that hurt me.
Yeah, he doesn't even know how to hold the knife in the first place. Good Lord!
You were all wrong.
Bye, little guy. I guess you're gone.
I mean, there's better ways to become a woman, man.
Jesus, for real, bro. Like we could tuck
Darwin
it
Award
neatly.
right there.
You could use it.
Well, he only probably took a half an inch off his.
Oh yeah, let's hear what this has
Just
to
the tip.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's listen to Bill Maher. Bill Maher will
Yeah.
cheer you up.
Yeah.
Nigeria. I mean, the fact that this issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you
Except for
don't
Nicki
know what's going
Minaj.
on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are in a bubble. Not, and again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where
Why
are
do
the
you
kids
care?
protesting this?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Because no one will talk about it, so thank you.
Yeah, why do you care? You're an atheist.
Well, I mean, if you care about a genocide in one place, you should care about a genocide in another, and that should
Sure.
be regardless of what the genocide is about, whether it's because of a ethnic reason or a religious reason or a political reason or whatever. Genocide is never correct. Genocide is never the answer, and yet there are several countries that are genociding people right now, and there's different levels of genocide, right? There's different stages along the, I don't know, different rungs on the ladder of genocide, right? They're not all equal. But one might consider what's going on in South Africa right now would be a genocide. And it's ramping up.
My favorite Bill Maher was when Jesus told him about how he could find the Trinity in Earth today. Because Bill Maher was like, where do you even see the presence of God and the Holy Spirit, this trifecta? And then Jesus told him in water, because water is a vapor, water's ice, and water's liquid in the form. And so there's your living proof in our world today of the relationship of the Trinity. And Bill Maher, you can see his face like, oh, okay. I mean, go figure Jesus be the one to tell him that, but it's just funny. You guys saw that one, right?
I really do like Bill Maher. I do. There's certain things he's got a bit of TDS going on. He really doesn't like Trump, but he sat down with the guy and he gave him the benefit of the doubt. And when he got back from his meeting with Trump, he told everybody what happened, and he wasn't he didn't make shit up. He told him how it was. And when it comes to things that come out of Bill Maher's mouth, I think at least he believes them. He believes them to be true. And usually they're probably true. And I'm not even saying that just he believes them. A lot of the things that he says are completely true and logical and I really do like Bill Maher. The older I get, the more I like him. I really liked him when he came out with Religulous back in the day.
Yeah, that's a shit movie. I like it.
Do you guys remember the whole Coney 2012 movement?
The what?
It was a guy named Joseph Kony. He was, I believe, he was either Nigerian or some other African country. He was basically a dictator type that was over there. He was making, I believe, child soldiers is what it was. And kidnapping a bunch of kids to become child soldiers and stuff like that. It became a whole movement back in 2012, and then it just sort of fizzled out. But he never went away. He was still doing that stuff after the fact.
Yeah, I don't
know. About the Nigeria killing thing, I heard somebody say that the founder of Blackwater, he still has his company. It's not called Blackwater anymore. He was trying to get the Pope to fund an expedition to go and stop that genocide. and the Pope didn't either declined them or didn't get back to the current Pope. He's kind of woke a little bit. A lot of people say. I'm not a Catholic, so I'm not going to talk too much junk about him.
Well, is the Catholic Church itself bad? No. Are there individuals within the Catholic Church who have been traditionally, historically compromised? Yes. Have there been Catholic Church archbishops or whatever in England or some other country that did some bad shit back in the day? Yeah. Is there that going on currently? Probably. We're human.
There was talk a while ago about Pope Leo actually bringing back a version of the Crusaders. I don't know if he actually gave because it's supposed to be something where he has like the power to like basically give the nod to be like, yeah, you guys are good to go and be Crusaders again. Now is what it is, and it'd be like a nice Templar kind of thing or something like that. I believe is what it will be. So that might be what you're talking about, Calhoun.
Yeah, somebody just said that I saw it on Instagram, so I don't know how freaking true it was, but yeah, he was basically saying like a lot of these Christians that are being killed, and I think it was Nigeria, are Catholics, and he went to like the Catholic Church and was trying to get the Pope to fund like his company, like offered to go over and try to put a stop to it. You think they'd care about their own people being slaughtered, but you know.
Yeah, you would think.
Then again, there's the whole issue of like maybe he just didn't trust the Blackwater company to do it, you know. But he hasn't really done seemingly even speaking out about it very much. He's talking about crap in the war in fucking not Iraq, fucking Iran.
Yeah.
So here is a graph that shows the ramping up of racist laws in South Africa, starting in 1910. So whenever there is a little blue dot here at the bottom, it means that there was a law that was adopted. Every time there's like a red little spike or whatever, that is a law that was repealed. And the big blue area, light blue area, is the like number of laws that were congruently in place, right? And so you see up until apartheid, which was in like 1990, right about here, where they were like, wow, we're being racist, we need to stop. They got rid of a whole bunch of laws that made everything equal. And then since then, they've been creating new laws that are anti-white in the country, to the point now where there are more anti-white laws in South Africa than there were anti-black laws that led to the fall of apartheid under South Africa.
Have you guys ever heard of necklacing?
I don't know if I want to know.
Right.
So Nelson Mandela, when he was in prison over there in that country, his wife became a huge fan of necklacing people, which is basically where you put a tie around someone's neck and put it in such a way where they can't like restrict their movement essentially, because it like yanks their arms down and stuff. Then they'll throw some kind of accelerant in it, gasoline, whatever the case be, and just light it on fire.
Oh, wow.
So they just killed people. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here's them burying people alive in Nigeria, in case you thought it was fake.
Good Lord.
So that's a family. That's a Christian family. And they're being buried alive. While an entire group of people are like cheering and happy and helping and grabbing shovels and anyway. I think that's all the stories that I had.
Yeah, that's really rough.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah. Daddy wants to get married again.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, everyone's chilling and the fucking beach did this. Look. Oh, mama.
Mm-hmm.
Get them cheeks moving, baby.
Get a wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble.
So just high tide coming in.
Bubble, 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 bop. Bubble, bop. Bubble, bop.
I tell you, Brazil got the most beautiful women. Too bad it's a third world shithole.
It was nice, but it was too small.
Bro, what's the fucking the party that they do every year?
Oh,
Carnival.
yeah, Carnival. Yeah.
What is it called?
Carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah, where all the chicks, well, not all the chicks, but like there's like hot chicks in the streets dancing basically naked, you know?
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, hey, it's Brazil. There's children.
As they should.
Yeah, if Brazil wasn't such a shithole, I would totally go over there and check out that Christ the Redeemer statue because I've always wanted to see that in person.
Oh, did you hear about Ileana Omar?
What is it
her
now?
correcting error.
Her finances.
Her financial report said that she had like $30 million or something. And they're like, damn, how did she go from nothing to $30 million in like 4 years? Like, obviously there's some corruption. And she's like, actually I have like 90,000. It's not 30 million. It was an accounting error. My bad.
Jeez.
It was an insider trading error.
Yeah. I accidentally showed too much money on my report.
Not fishy at all.
What do you do? Okay, like, dude's serving life in prison. Brutally murders someone else who's in prison. They sentence him again to another life sentence in prison. Like, what is the point? You're already life in prison. You're just gonna kill more people.
It depends if the first life sentence was with the possibility of parole or without the possibility of parole.
That's good point.
Fair enough.
Because now you ain't gonna have no parole. You know what I mean?
What the fuck's the use of parole? Just give them a sentence, let them serve it, and fucking that's it.
Well, if they do good in prison, if they do good while they're there.
Fuck that good shit.
There was a video that came out the other day. It was a state rep in Minnesota who was talking about how there were 6 juveniles that he was given a rap sheet on, and within an 18-month time span, so you're talking about a year and a half, they created basically a law book size worth of crimes, and it was like 174 different victims.
Well, you heard that guy, the prosecutor, the judge in Charlotte found that the guy that killed the Irina Zarutska girl, they said that he was not fit to stand trial. So
he's not fit to live either. So there you go.
Do you remember when I told my story, and I've told it many times, about the UFO that I saw and how it flashed like lightning?
Yeah.
That kind of looks like a Star Wars.
It's flashing like lightning.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a triangle shape.
It wasn't that big. It was just a dot of light. Maybe it was like the mothership, and I just saw like a little fucking pod or something. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, no way.
I posted one of those. I posted that picture on my Facebook on my way out from Oregon. I saw one in broad daylight, and it flashed like that a couple times, and then it just stayed like lit, and then it just disappeared.
Yeah, the last ones I seen was like 2 years ago. Yeah. Just a bunch of 2 fireballs just going across the sky, like back and forth. I'm like, what the fuck?
I learned how to make one of those out of a Pringles can. I thought more people would have been into that.
There's apparently a version that they make in prison too, but it is not.
Just need a couple rubber gloves, guys.
Yeah, and some towels and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Sponge. Oh, sponges! I saw the sponges one. Yeah. Meth.
Ooh, meth.
I got meth.
You going to hell?
Maybe.
It's a man in hospice.
Yeah, because of meth.
You don't know that, is it? I don't know.
Well,
is it going to be Biden?
What kind of unholy abomination are we watching now?
I don't know, dude. I have not watched this yet. This is the first time I've ever seen this before.
They're like they're making Quagmire from Family Guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Is this what they did to Joe Biden those last couple years?
He's too chubby.
Oh, it's like the dudes in the suits who have black eyes.
Oh, Beavis and Butthead.
No, kind of like
He
Conan
looks like-
O'Brien.
I was going to say, I think he looks kind of like the guy who played the Terminator guy in the last movie.
Oh, well, now it looks totally different. Okay.
Yeah, they kind of just like cut to the next scene. Like, I don't believe it. It's two different shits.
Oh, wow.
What's wrong with his head?
Oh, wow. Is that
Feel like real thick dandruff.
Nope, we're not watching that. No more.
Feel like dandruff. Thick dandruff.
Nope, not watching that. I think we might have to end, bro. Like this might be it.
Oh, it's a coyote.
That was AI. You can't tell it's AI.
The screen's small.
That's AI. I hate how much is AI these days too.
That's not AI.
totally
That's real right there.
No, that one's real. Yeah.
Well, what's crazy is some of these AI are very hard to tell.
Yeah, when the video isn't like in shorts, sometimes like a 5-7 second clip, but then you do it any longer than that, then you're like, wait a minute.
Or if it's blurry, like if the fucking quality is like really bad for no apparent reason.
Or if they didn't bother to remove the watermark.
Damn, look at this kid.
That has to be AI. There's no way a human being can do that.
So the son of Tony Hawk.
He's just doing fucking freestyle shit, man. He's having fun.
That might be the Olympics actually, because they do have like street luge stuff like that. What it is there for skating.
It's pretty sick, though. I mean, ridiculously skill.
See again, but like if everything's done by robots, how many kids are gonna want to be fucking professional skateboarders who suck at skateboarding? So they're just gonna waste their life trying to get good at skateboarding. And then there's this kid who's just like, fuck you. Like, damn. All right, boys. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and shut it down here. I do appreciate everyone for showing up and watching today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show and that you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday and rest of your week for that matter. And we'll see you again next week. Sorry, I'm getting like a frog in my throat right now. We'll see you next week again for the next Gay Frog Chat. Until then, deuces, y'all. Shall not be infringed. True, but a shabba of pressure. Batacath care. Prick the troops. 2 words made in America. And we'll see you all next time. Deuces.
Later.